Hello, thanks for joining our first episode of PartsCounter TV. Today is an introduction to everything that's PartsCounter. What is PartsCounter? We are a service company who has done a lot of work all over the East Coast in getting people their parts, and we've moved our operations to try and expand online to sell parts like these. Our biggest thing is to try and give you guys the option between OEM parts and those generic parts that can be a replacement, to give you guys the option, right? That's our biggest thing. And some of our favorite products also include safety products. You know, at some places focus on maybe more the janitorial side, more of the OEM side, and more of the generic side. We want to come in here as being your safety experts. Also, you're experts for all things OEM and generic. First thing we're going to talk about on our streaming platform is what is the difference between OEM and generic. Now, I think personally I like to have the choice because it's a case-by-case basis. I think that some parts are best to get, how many pieces of equipment do you have? If your kitchen is small and you maybe have 2 pieces of equipment, I would say that you would maybe want to actually stick to something more OEM, right? Small kitchen, very small amounts of products, pure OEM. Now, when it comes to maybe having a larger kitchen, right, you are replacing things all of the time. Depending on the volume and how often you get new equipment, you might want to go generic. And that's just one example, one equation I think everyone has to kind of look at in doing these things. So I know that, let's look at this part here that we have here. So, because there is a difference in the pricing that does happen. Now, when it comes to looking at how these parts anyways, really good difference in parts here. This is our first test for the first video on the YouTube channel. We want to archive and see experiences. Now, if anyone could help me with this.
On the left, you've got the generic temperature control. On the right, the OEM part. They look the same, install the same, and function the same. The difference? Cost. If you don't need to meet a factory warranty, why pay more? For everyday repairs, the generic option does the job and saves you money. And if you're looking for replacement parts, check out PartsCounter. We stock OEM and generic options so you can choose what works best for your budget. From temperature controls and thermostats to dials, boards, and complete controllers, we've got you covered. Browse by brand, search by part number, or just shop our best-selling categories. Fast shipping, competitive pricing, and parts you can count on. That's PartsCounter, and controls for commercial kitchen equipment.